who are the two closest friends of your child? If as a parent, you are not able to tell me or know two closest friends of your child, then you have not had time to know your child. That means you have not prioritized proactive parenting. Because I tell you, those 2 or 3 closest persons to your child, they are the real influence. They are the real influence. As a parent, if you succeed at every phase and involvement of your child, know the 2 closest persons to your child. They are 2 closest friends. Then you have majorly succeeded in parenting. Yes, I said at every stage of involvement, you know who are the 2 closest friends of your child. You investigate it and you find that out. Then you are succeeding significantly as a parent. A person is the summary of the voices they continually listen to. And we realize today that the children, the adolescents of today, they don't like to share things with their parents. They will be going through things and they will rather speak to their friends, consult social media if they have access to phone, before thinking of telling their parents. And this is another thing I want you to intentionally work on. If as a parent, you are the last person that occurs to your child to discuss issues with, then again, you are failing colossally. Yes, in your parenting. A parent ought to be the first, after God, of course, the first person that occurs to the mind of your child whenever they have knots that needs untangling, whenever they have fears that needs allayed, whenever they have questions that needs answers. You should be the first person, and it starts from childhood. It starts from those little questions of affection. How was your day at school? What happened in school today? And your child begins to tell you things until he becomes accustomed to it into adolescence, teenagehood, adulthood. But if since childhood, you just get to your child's school, the child enters your car, you zoom off, no question, how are you? Fine, finish. Then you are not parenting right. I will look at my children's face one after the other when I pick them from school. I know when they have issues in school. I know when they are happy. I know when they have quarrels with their friends. The moment I pick them, I look at them. I try to connect with them emotionally and psychologically. And I ask, Ajibola, what happened? Kilo share? You look dull. Mom, nothing. No, boy, don't tell me that. I know there's something. You know you can talk to me. What happened? Then he will say, well, Mom, so and so happened. And immediately I will utilize the opportunity to talk to him, to advise him. But you are the last person. You don't even make intentional effort to connect to your child. If a child does not cultivate the habit from childhood of telling you stuff, that child will become a teenager and lock up. That child will become a teenager and be secretive. That child would even almost rather prefer to talk to a stranger than talk to you. And for you parents that usually like to exaggerate, you like to blackmail your children. I told you at the time of the story of an adolescent I'm mentoring in Lagos, and there was a time she was having serious love crush issues with a boy in her secondary school, and she said she told her mom that there's a boy in, was it SS2 or SS3, that she's in love with, she has a crush on, and that she realized that she could no longer focus on her studies as the thoughts of this boy has taken over her mind. Instead of the mom mother to count herself blessed and quickly utilize that opportunity to advise the child, the mother began to scream. Well, I will tell your father, is that what we asked you to go and do in school? You are having relationship. And the girl called me and told me that, ma, please never tell my mom anything about me again. Never. Whenever I have issue, I will rather ask you. Don't tell my mommy anything again. Don't tell my mommy anything. I said, what happened, my darling? He said, anytime I seek her advice, she will just be shouting. She will just be ratting me out to people, threatening me with my daddy. And that girl locked up at that period. But I succeeded eventually as a reason of constructive mentorship. I made her start speaking again to her mother. I reconciled that difference. And I told the mother, you have a beautiful teenage daughter that always likes to seek your consent, seek your advice, and tell you things. But you will keep blackmailing her, you will keep shouting, you will keep threatening her with her father. If this girl locks up from you when she gets to the university, God forbid that before you will get to know anything about her, she would have even gotten pregnant for someone. The mother now became sober. I bless the name of God that I registered her with you for mentorship. Thank you, ma. I will change my ways. So as a parent, this and many others are things you ought to do in a bid to constructively parent your children. It starts from childhood. Charity begins from the home. So also does decadence and immorality. So as a parent, if you don't up your game, and like I always say, the kind of world our children are growing in now is different from the kind of world we grew up in. By the time I was growing up then, there was nothing like Google. Any homework they gave me in school, I will sit down and do my own work. But now my GS2 son will get home and tell me, Mommy, I need your Google for my own work. My teacher said we should check something on Google. So their exposure to IT, to social media has made their mental growth to be rather rapid, and unfortunately to the negative side. So as a parent, you become proactive. One, by getting a godly mentor like Auntie Taye Lolu for your child. Yes, many of you parents focus on scholastic achievements alone. You focus only on school excellence. No, the same way you get extra lesson teacher for your child, after school class for your child, is the same way you ought to get a mentor for your child, so that as your child is growing academically, side by side, he or she would also be growing up morally and spiritually. A lot of parents have succeeded in registering their child with Auntie Taye Lolu for mentorship from ages 6 to 12, 13 to 18, and 19 to 24. Yes. So if you think I'm worthy to be your child's mentor, of course you know that my track record sets me apart. My track record precedes me as an impactful teacher. Send me a DM on 080-3840-8948 and let's get your child registered for mentorship with Auntie Taye Lolu. I'll wait for your chat. I'll wait for your phone calls. I'm ready to take your children in. All you need to do is just indicate interest. Ma, I want you to mentor my son. I want you to mentor my daughter. And we kick it off from there. The gates of hell has failed concerning our children. God bless you. This is Auntie Taye Lolu saying, I love you all. Good afternoon.